Hello everyone, busygamerdad back again, going to be continuing our special RTS game coverage this week with another demo that is freely available on Steam. Hopefully you guys are interested in this. This is one that kind of caught me off guard. I did a little bit of a playtest for it. If you're into games like XCOM and war games, things like that, this will be right up your alley. This is singing they pass. And it's meant to be a very challenging game, and it really is very challenging. I died in the tutorial at least twice, trying to figure out the game mechanics and some other subtle aspects of the game. And I found myself not getting frustrated with it, but actually wanting to go back and be like, oh, I can do this a little better. I can do this a little bit different. And also the story is very compelling. So if you're looking for a story-rich game that is an that is a tactics game. I said RTS and I apologize. These are our tactics games that we're taking a look at this week. Singing They Pass is one that I think will be up your alley. I will have a link for you guys should you want to pick this up in the YouTube comments and see if the demo is still available for you to try it out. If not, then take a look at this whole video and let me know what you think down in the comments, and hit that subscribe button to help grow the channel. Now, I talked about this game's difficulty before. The tactics RPGs that we're covering this week are kind of all accessible for the busy gamer. This being a demo, it's a little light on content in the sense of duration. It's probably about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how quickly you can blitz through it. Maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter, depending on how good you are at the game. So just kind of preface that as you go into it. Now, it says right here in the little blurb, the sparrows are in hostile territory surrounded by enemies. Some of them get injured and some might die. So this is very much like a Fire Emblem style kind of game as well. You do have injuries that you have to manage, and characters can bleed out and the game just ends and you have to restart. It's really, really decision heavy and really like you're not going to save everybody. So let's jump into it and let's have some fun. Let's get some emotional scarring. The war is lost. As an empire crumbles, its soldiers make the dangerous journey home through hostile territory. So that's us. We lost the war. We're trying to make it back to the home front. Taking a moment to rest, Ash and Lind hide in the tall grass. The afternoon sun shines on their faces, wary and still in shock. The war is really lost? That's what the lieutenant said on the radio, but we won't know for sure until we make it back to camp. Lind checks the bloodied bandage on his leg. He winces in pain. Sergeant, your leg. We'll worry about that later. First, we need to make our way past the enemy patrol. If we ambush them as they pass, we should be able to take them out. Be ready with a grenade. And keep an eye on that house up ahead. I'll bet there's a lookout in there. Ash watches a drop of blood trail down the sergeant's hand as he tightens his bandage. She needs to get him to a medic. Alright, so it's very much like an AP system, as you would expect. These patrols are going to move freely without noticing us, but we still have to be very careful. We have to be very conscious of things. On our bar, Lind, our lieutenant, has an SMG. They can do a spray, high damage potential, but low accuracy. And then they can do just a regular shot, which is a higher accuracy but lower damage. They can do also entering an Overwatch, and they also have a smoke grenade. What I'm going to do here, I want to just try this out and see what happens. So I'm going to double click and confirm. We are in the tall grass, so they cannot see us as well. So we're going to kind of hold off on this. And then I want to click on you, our character here, Ash. And how far can you throw the grenade? Not that far. Not as far as I would have liked. Okay, so let me move here. Let's move here. Let's confirm to move to the edge of the brush. Now you'll notice in the top left-hand or top right-hand corner, we do have some subtle other objectives. The optional is, spot the enemy in the cottage. Kind of a spoiler alert. That's just kind of what happens, unfortunately. And then ambush the patrol. So while I'm here, I'm going to survey, keep an eye out for threats, detecting things like that, and we will see what ends up happening. So yes, I will do that. So they're doing that. They're surveying. They're doing the surveying. And we're just going to end our turn because we're going to let them move on to us. Yes, I know that they can... or we have action points that are left behind. I know that. I'm just trying to get them rolled up into a better spot for me to ambush them. So this way we actually have some cover. All right. So from here, we're just going to lob the grenade. Right there. Now they're pinned down. They don't have a chance for cover. We can take another shot at... We'll take the furthest one. Finish that one off really quick. Do we have another chance? I think we do. Let's see if we can get them down. There it is. Right there. You love to see it. Alright, so what I'm actually going to do is... I want to try and see about moving into cover around the long side here. There. Okay, good. I'm going to end my turn. Well, actually, can I move again? Not into cover, so I'm actually... And you are out of action points. Alright, good. So we're going to end our turn. Enemy turn. So we ambush them. I want to go with Ash first. Can I get Ash in? Okay, good. They made it. Right there. And I don't know if I want to double them up. I'm going to move them here. And then they don't really have much else. Right there. Okay, so I'll end my turn here. Now, I'm curious to see how close I can get. Increases the character's sight and detection by 3 until the end of next turn. Alright, so I'm surveying. Can I move with stealth and certainty? Okay, so we did spot them. Okay, we see them and we stop moving. What happens if I move here? Are they going to shoot at us? They are not. Okay. I can almost guarantee that I'm going to end up... Okay, so there is a door on the back side here that we can get into. And we can kind of see if we mouse over what the lay of the land is. So they're right there. Okay. So if I swing wide, is there a chance they're going to shoot me? Like, how much of a chance? A lot of chance. A lot of chance, actually. Alright, so they can't see me now. Do I have a chance, a prayer of making it here without getting shot? Okay, I do. I'm going to just enter Overwatch. Because I don't think they're likely to move. Converse attack. Yeah, so there. Okay, so they're in kind of Overwatch mode. And then, like, I have a question. Like, where are they now? Like, I don't have any more grenades. Do you have shot on this guy? We already used our grenade on the patrol. Where did he move to? Okay, so I have vision of him. He's standing up and he's able to... Okay, so he's still at that front window. Alright, so I'm just going to end my turn. So he's got freedom to shoot me here. And I don't want to get shot. So... if I do this... is that what I want to do? So if I'll throw my smoke grenade there... he can't see me. I can move here. Okay, so he definitely shot me there. Saw me there. I was not expecting him to be able to hit me. A 70% chance to hit, -2 in cover. I don't know how to better play this. He's still got an Overwatch shot, so... yeah, I mean, try it. Alright, so we took some health off of him. Missed. I'm worried that we're actually going to end up hitting I don't know if there's like the bullets have presence in the game or not. So we're just gonna stay hidden right here. Yeah, we're gonna end our turn. I could move. He shouldn't have any more shots. Okay, so there. Oh no, we lost armor. We're still okay. We're still okay. All right, so I think he's still in Overwatch mode. Revealed. Okay, he's in revealed. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I'm gonna pick you. And reveals on this high variance and damage. That uses all my ammo. So we're just kind of left there. That's unfortunate that we had to do it that way. And then we'll move to the extraction. All right, good. We got it. We got it. And then move to the extraction. That was one of the things I was curious about. I never actually tested that in the game, is the bullets have presence, so that like if I'm shooting here and it shoots and misses, does it have a chance to hit my ally? You know, is there penetration damage or something like that? So we got some resources, some rations, some explosives. All right, so that's fun. 15 rations, 5 explosives. Hopefully we make it to base camp here. The faint sound of mortar fire echoes through the forest. In a clearing, Lind rests on a stone warmed by the setting sun. As he massages his leg, he grimaces. You okay, Sergeant? I thought he was a lieutenant. Do not worry, Ash. I'll be fine. Ask about his leg, get him back on his feet. I think that we want to care about him. How's the leg doing? Lind puts some weight on his leg, but recoils. Not great, but we better get to camp soon. Ash looks at Lind. She's seen a lot of pain and suffering throughout this war, but Lind has somehow seemed exempt from it until now. She leans forward and props herself under the Sarge's arms. Lean on me, we're close. Lind winces, but gets up. Slowly they make their way towards camp. In the distance, the mortar fire creeps closer. So maybe because we did that, we helped save his leg from a permanent injury, but we let the mortars get closer to us. That's the trade-off. Alright, so we are at base camp. Lind and Ash stumble into the Sparrow camp to find it nearly disassembled. Tents have been folded and the fire stamped out. One soldier spots them and comes running. Lieutenant, it's good to see you again. Oh, Paige. Okay. Where have you been? We got ourselves into a little trouble. I'll need some patching up. Lieutenant Paige kneels down and inspects Lind's wounded leg. Ah, Ash, go get Green. Double time. Yes, ma'am. Paige helps Lind down onto the ground and takes off his pack. You're lucky to be alive, Sergeant. Not all of us were here. All of us here were. The troop medic, Green, comes rushing over and drops down to inspect Lind's leg. Hold still, boy. Let me have a look. What happened, Lieutenant? The Emperor is dead. Command is broken, and the army is in complete disarray. The rebels took us by surprise when they stormed the front lines. They have taken control of the whole province, maybe more. Lind lets out a yelp as Green applies pressure to his wound. What do we do? We should try to regroup with what's left of the Imperial Army. The base at Anderson Farmstead is our best bet. We should be able to avoid the enemy if we stay in the forest and move fast. Maybe you can resonate with this, maybe you can't, I don't know. When I do these games, I always struggle to make the narrative choice that I would make as not me. I am a very sympathetic and empathetic person, so I care about other people, and I always try and lean towards the more good playthroughs, quote unquote, in most of the games I play. There are some that I try and go bad with, just to have, that kind of like experience, but I suck at it because I can never figure out like what's the bad choice. So I'm going to go with what I feel is the most appropriate, but certainly this game does have a lot of weighty decisions that seem to be prevalent in the demo at least. What about the other sparrows? Castrol is keeping lookout. The others are either dead or scattered along the front. Hopefully, we'll be able to locate them before the enemy does and bring them home. A cannon barrage rains down in a distant battlefield. We need to find another shelter. Let's head further into the forest and find somewhere to hide. Tomorrow morning, we make for the base. The sparrows head deeper into Black Wood. Already battered and broken, their journey has only just begun. Oh wow, that is kind of a far trek. We have a medic now. We have a sniper. We have Lind, and we have our commander. Okay, so Anderson Farmstead. Commandeered by the Imperial Army in the later years of the war, this farm was abandoned when the Dale rebels advanced. Alright. As the sparrows march towards the Imperial base, they notice scattered signs of battle throughout the forest. Crossing a small creek, they come across the corpse of a rebel soldier trampled into the mud by the wheels of a wagon. Poor bastard. What happened here? Look around. The sparrows. The trees have been splintered and broken by heavy gunfire. The ground is spotted with soaked in blood and littered with empty shells. The wagon tracks lead north. Whoever pulled it looks to have been in a hurry. We should look around. Maybe we can figure out what happened. Is this going to let the mortars get closer to us if we keep on delaying? I mean, we are now a group of 5, and we need searching for supplies as like resources for explosives and guns and things like that to go bang bang. Let's do that. Searching the surrounding area, the sparrows find a pile of burned corpses. Scorched remnants of blue uniforms stick out from the blackened remains. The rebels must have won this battle. They've been doing a lot of that lately. Under a tree by the pyre, there's some supplies piled up. Looks like you're right. Whoever was here left in a hurry. Perhaps they heard us coming. The sparrows pack up the supplies and keep moving, hoping against hope not to find any more signs of battle. Oh, wow, we got a lot of food from that. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take it. The morning sun peeks through the black wood canopy. It warms what it touches, while a cold chill lingers in the shadow. As the sparrows make their way through the forest, they come across a small group of rebels. They creep close without getting noticed. This is bad. They've made it further beyond the border than we thought. Let's take them out while we've got the advantage. So Kestrel is our sniper or our scout? He might be our scout. I don't know if he's a sniper. We shouldn't risk it. If we're careful, we'd get away without a fight. The rebels talk and laugh, unaware of the threat lurking in the forest edge. So believe it or not, this was actually in like World War II time frame, without satellite imagery and things like that. This was common. You could actually make it almost all the way through an encounter with, just covert tactics. Looks like we have 3 characters with us. So Kestrel, what do you got, my guy? That's Lind. Kestrel is our sniper. See, the guy with the eye patch is always the sniper. I don't know why, he just is. Alright, let's see here. Costs an AP normally wouldn't have attacked. Reveals hidden enemies. So let me check here. Is it gonna let me check there? No enemies discovered. Oh, there's equipment cache. That's enticing. And now we have an update here. All right. And then we have one more action point. I'm going to try and go over here. No enemies discovered. Okay, so we have escape through the ambush the rebels. That's an optional quest. This is optional as well. All right, so I'm going to actually have you go around this way. I don't know, like, what's up in here. Like, how far this border stretches. You can see the edge here. You can clearly see... Maybe it ends over here. I'm kind of curious. Let's see what happens. Can I make it that far? Nope. I want to get behind the tree. Yeah, okay, so our border ends here. So we can maybe use this high brush. That guy can see us, so I'm actually gonna go the long way around. I'm discovered? Really? Oh no, we discovered them. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so I'm gonna end my turn. There's one more enemy here moving out towards the... Wow, if we only had a grenade, we would be able to end those guys pretty quick. I cannot... So there are 4 in total. I don't know. Is it worth it for us to steal this equipment? Like, how hard would that be? Like, it seems like we're gonna get spotted no matter what we do. Alright, just for argument's sake, I want to see what happens if we get up in here. Look, the rebels got supplies and equipment just lying around. We should grab it. It better be worth the fight. Wait, so did they move it again? Oh, there's more. There's steel equipment, loot, supplies. Oh, wow. So we actually have quite a bit that we can end up doing. Okay. You have a grenade. You do have another grenade. I could have you run here and throw a grenade, but that seems super risky. What about you? Let's see, I'm gonna try it. Let's see. Alright, so I think this may be suicide, but we'll try it. Let's see what happens. Okay, we made it undetected. Right there only gets 2. If I throw it any more, though, I might end up hitting the supplies. And I don't know if there's destructive supplies. Alright, so... yeah, let's... Alright, so that guy... he's pinned. Cannot perform action unless rallied. Pinned, cannot perform an action unless rallied. So he's the biggest threat right now. And he just got. Oh my gosh. 8 damage is the most I've ever seen him shoot. I don't think I have any more actions left. So we only have the 1 left. He's under cover. How rude. Okay, so he took some hits there. Move in closer. %30 chance. Yeah, I mean, I knew it was a pretty low chance. That guy. Shoot that guy. Yep. And then you. Really? That's annoying. Who else has actions left? Oh, he does. He could move, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Have you... He's not in Overwatch. Oh, I guess I didn't have the action for it. Okay. Alright, well, I did that, unfortunately. Alright, so you're hurt. Now, hopefully there's no reinforcements that come, because that would really stink. Pick up the supplies. You. Pick up the supplies. It is silent. I do see that it does say silent. So I don't know how you can do that in a single round. You got to make that like really work for you. All right, so let's start moving towards the exit. I don't think there's anyone else, but I'm going to move them into cover just in case. I don't think I can do anything with you. There. I do not know if there's like Geneva Conventions or anything like that, like landmines. I do not know that. Or booby traps. It would stand to reason that there are. Yeah, of course, the guy who's got the lowest movement is the one who's furthest away. Enemy turn. Let's get out of here. Alright, cool. That was a little tense. No personal reports. New equipment. Scoped sniper rifle. Well, if there's anything to be believed, it is that Kestrel really does a good job at putting people down. So, rations are good. Binoculars allowing someone to have that. Heirloom, 185 damage. So, plus to the sniper rifle. Marksman rifle. Like, it's only on him that I can put it. So, yeah, okay. Almost at their destination, the Sparrow supplies are running low in step with morale. As the forest slowly gives way to fields and roads, the soldiers come across a small ruined house by the forest edge. Sitting in the rubble, a woman stares at the sparrows with bloodshot eyes. You look like you've seen better days. She remains quiet as they approach, but gestures for Green to come over. Can we help you, ma'am? The woman is quiet still, but looks Green up and down. What's your name? That's a hideous necklace. With a gnarled finger, the woman points at the carved piece of plank hung around Green's neck. We're heading for Anderson Farmstead. Can you tell us what happened here? The woman smiles. Her gaze moves from the wooden talisman to lock eyes with Green. I could, for that necklace. Gift it to me? Ooh, I don't think so. This is weird. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my necklace. Green grabs her necklace tightly. I'm sorry, it was a gift from my son and is very dear to me. I'm afraid I cannot part with it. The strange woman pulls back, visibly disappointed. Leave then. Maybe we can give you some rations or medical supplies. The woman says nothing more as she retreats into the shadowy ruins of her house. Okay then. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. Nope, not creepy at all. Alright, here we are. We made it. A little worse for wear, but we're okay, I think. The sparrows lie in hiding outside Anderson Farmstead. The smell of burning flesh lingers in the air. Kestrel lowers his binoculars and moves through the grass to the lieutenant. We're too late. The rebels have taken over the field base. How many? Too many for a frontal assault. Paige rubs the base of her nose as she thinks. The journey home will be longer than we'd hoped. We have no choice but to press on. If we flank the enemy's position, we might sneak past them. Kestrel nods. Stick to the grass and be smart. I'll see you on the other side. Paige signals to the other sparrows to get ready. Alright, so I thought so. It didn't actually equip it. That's unfortunate. I must have clicked the wrong button. But we have 15 turns until more reinforcements come. Extract all capable characters. Alright, well, this is busygamerdad showing you guys they sing as they pass. Singing they pass, I'm sorry. it's a very gritty game. I can already tell this is going to be one of those games where you have to save scrum, or if you do like an Iron Man mode, good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor. I will have a link for the game should you want to try it out for yourselves. We're doing a special week here where we're covering all the tactics RPGs in honor of Triangle Strategy and the announcement for the Final Fantasy Tactics game coming out later. So like, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come check out this video demo with me, and I hope to see you in our next episode. Later.